Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you very much for spending some time with us this morning. We've got Bill Herzog here sharing some info, and we got just a quick segment here.
Okay.
We had a question, though, during the break. Okie drifters, old school.
Yep.
There was a product that came out afterwards that was a soft bead material, super soft. Do you remember what the name of that was?
The Gooey Bob.
The Gooey Bob.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still available for whoever that was that called.
Is.
It is?
It is. You can get them through Gibbs out of BC, and I believe Lure Jensen, wherever they are now, still may make them.
Really? So there you go. Give those a try as well,
Yeah.
obviously. Anything that has that profile of an original Okie drifter, I mean, it's just a really, it's a fishy bait. Let's just call it that.
That's a squishy. I call them squishies.
Okay.
Okay, that's one right there. Now, these things are neutral buoyancy. I mean, you drift fish these, but you're going to stay pretty close. I want them up just a little bit, so I'll take our friend, the little corky, and put a number 14 corky in there.
Right.
And put it, and I got a special clear bead, the bobber stalker. You don't need that, but I like to peg it like the bead guys do.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're kind of liking that gap.
Yeah, and just put a little bit between, it opens up the bite area a little bit, and the fish don't swallow it. I do the same thing with all my drift lures now. You see, I did it with the big spinning glow.
Yeah.
And I do it with the Okies I have now. I just put that's just a bobber stop on there.
Yeah.
And I'll just give it like an inch or that much of clearance to open up that bite area, and I miss almost no bites now.
Yeah, I like the fact that you mentioned that most of the time. When you do get bit, that hook is in a very positive location, as opposed to something that a lot of folks think that us bead, because I consider myself a bead fisherman, a bead life, baby.
Sure.
You know, we've got that 3-finger gap there that these fish are getting them down deep and they're ripping gills. I can count on one hand myself and all my buddies out of all the hundreds of fish that we've caught with beads that have ever had a negatively hooked position with a bead setup.
Even with these also, your hook point is usually just on the outside of the lip.
Yeah, right where it's supposed to be.
Rarely inside at all. There's no bleeders.
It's such a fish-friendly way to target steelhead, because who cares more about steelhead than anybody else?
Me.
The ones that target them and chase them. Nobody cares more. It's the idiot groups out there that are wiping out our runs and eliminating opportunities for people and closing our rivers down just to get that in. Because that's the argument that they use against me all the time. I'm like,
you're turning red.
Dude, I'm sorry.
There could be a reflection off of this.
I get really twisted. Listening to dumb people sometimes just drives me crazy. Anyway, great setup though. I really like that. It's easy, and you can just put yourself a fishing leaderboard together and have what you want.
You can do it with a corky also.
Sure, fish in a pill, old school.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right, stick with us. We're going to come back. We've got just a little bit of time left with Bill Herzog, so don't go anywhere. We got more for you on KPDX. We'll be right back.